Oh, Esther wrote to me as well. Is she? There she is. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She sent him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone here. I've made a good match too. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at a synagogue, Simond, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the University of Padua. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come and see it when it's finished. Blessings, Esther. Okay. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey Dad, how are you feeling? Magdalena. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth. No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started in the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Let's quickly get the line crossed off. There we go. Mother Illuminata. Magdalena. Right, yes. Oh, Mother Illuminata, Magdalena. Right, yes. Young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the field. Fields. You might ask him about that. Il Peters always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore too. I mean, of course I know who he is, but I still want the line crossed out. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tassing. You might stop to talk to him. I didn't think of that. Thanks, Dad. I can hardly understand him these days, but it's worth asking. But he's so mean. I didn't think of that. Thanks, Dad. Of course, Magda. It's nice to feel useful, even if I'm stuck here in bed. Nonsense. I'm just glad you're awake. You might talk to Smokey, too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins. Isn't he a bit eccentric? Oh, I know. He told me that he saw Artemis and Kraft swimming together in the pond just last week. Oh Lord, I can't imagine the fit Veronica would have if she knew. Well, I'm not going to tell. I trust the spirit to convict them, since I cannot. Well, Smokey may know who else you should talk to then. You may hear something worth your while, at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Ah, you take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, alright? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why York doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. Don't worry about me, Dad. I'll be careful. They don't have brains enough to keep out of trouble. I do. That's what happens when you name your kids after pagan gods instead of saints, I guess. I'll be careful. Good. I still need you to run the press for a little longer after all. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, alright? We still have a household to run. Don't worry, I'll get everything done. That's my girl. I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalena. The missing book. Yes, a lot of people to talk to. I think that's a good place to look at the map for, so I just know where to go. A second. Okay, let's take a look at Outer Tassing so we see everything. Okay, we go to the Gärtner farm. We go to what's this again? I forgot what that house is. The old salt mine, the charcoal burner. Right, the Kreuzer house, of course. Kearsarge Abbey's, of course, burnt down. Alright, that's fine. Let's first go to the Kreuzer house. That seems to be the closest. I forgot, was that a town commons? Ed, how you doing? Hey Max. Got your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. I can be pretty stubborn when I want to, Eds. You think that little of me? I can be pretty stubborn when I want to. Clearly, I'm impressed. The rest of the council has been arguing over the... water? Oh, the matter. For so long, even I couldn't get a word in. Then you come in and shut them up in a few minutes. We could use more women like you in the town. What do you mean by that, Ertz? There are plenty of opinionated women in town. Want to let us join the council? I'll go with the second one there. Well, you'd have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. You're the exception, Magdalena. You always are. You really think so? Clearly you've forgotten about Agnes. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. I'll go with that one, yeah. That's not what I meant. She's not... Oh, never mind. Forget about it. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. You do, though. You vouched for me to do the mural in the first place. Well, you are the youngest member of the council. The others have much more life experience. Maybe that's a good thing. You waste all of your time with Kraft and Apollo anyways. Ed actually seems insecure about his place on the council. He may be an ass sometimes, but I don't like to see him so upset. He's always poking fun at me too. Maybe I should remind him he's not that important after all. No, we don't have to be mean. We can reject him at every step of the way, but we don't... I don't feel the need to put him down in addition to that. Maybe I should reassure him. You do though. You vouched for me to do the mural in the first place. Only after your dad did. I still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltas and Werner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about being too rash. My dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. Keep pushing, Utz. They're stuck in the past, but we're looking toward the future of Tassing. You sound like my dad. He always said that the council was scared of doing anything important. I don't think anything is going to change for the better in this town. It's stuck in its way. I'll go with the first one. Thanks, Max. Magdalena. It'll take time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. Ah well, better get back to it. See you later, Max. Kreuzerhaus, let's see. Let's see who knows anything. Black Till. God bless you, Magdalena. God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment? Of course, what do you need? Ed says you've been obsessed with your painting. I'm looking into the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Hey, I have other interests too. Ed is just jealous that I spent more time with the mural than I do with him. No, I'll just go with the first one. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like old potsherds and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came from the Abbey's library, though. And you know what happened there. Poof, up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Sorry, bumped the mic there. Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell in hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Evidence? Anything would help. Don't keep me in suspense. Evidence? Something like that. See, we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what used to be an old forge, mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Where did you find all this stuff? Where are you keeping these things? Where did you find all this stuff? It's not just me. Carl finds things. Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. Oh, when plowing the field? Oh, it makes sense. There we go. It's all out there in the fields, under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotted. I guess that would mean they were living in huts. But their tools are good quality. If they weren't rusted all to hell, I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assumed they'd live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? This has been a big help. Now I'll go with the first one here. Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why Tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. So Tassing wasn't just on the Imperial Road, they made the road come through Tassing. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? 1 second, sorry. Sorry, I just drank some water and got it down the wrong pipe. Made me cough up a storm, so... Well, I edited that out, unless I forgot. Okay. I don't know, but anything they left would have been better preserved than what we dig out of the fields. Huh. Magdalena, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. What if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? I'm definitely not thinking of going down there. I'll be honest here. Magdalena, that mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Come on, you're just as curious as I am. Well, sure, but imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. He doesn't have to know. You won't tell him, right? I'm not lying to your father, so you can put yourself in harm's way. Now, you're a clever girl, so I don't doubt you'll find a way in if you set your mind to it. But I can't help you, Magdalena. I'd break your father's heart if something happened to you. It's fine, I understand. Good. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around. Important for folks to know their past. You think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the Rathaus tomorrow, if that would help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest, Magdalena. I thought no one cared about the pagans, but me and Granddad. I should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful. Until tomorrow. Until then. Okay. That was interesting. Do you have anything new to say? Hello, Eva. Magda, darling, Ötz isn't here, I'm afraid. Oh, that's alright. I can find him later if I need to. Oh, alright. I wasn't looking for him. Oh, I wasn't looking for him. No? Are you sure? I think he wandered off toward the Rathaus. Something about the council, but if you ask me, I think he's looking for you. That's sweet of him. He has been dropping by the Rathaus more often as of late. I'm sorry to disappoint him. Doesn't he do any real work? It's sweet of him. He's quite fond of you. I'm surprised he has any time to visit, though. He's always working on town council business these days, and he's still working at mastering carpentry too. I suggested a few years ago that he take up an apprenticeship, but he was determined to remain in Tassing. I think he's more comfortable here, even if that means he'll never be the craftsman Otto was. I help him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Besides, I think he feels like he's taking care of me, instead of the other way around. Funny how time does that. It's good of him to stay. I would worry that you'd be lonely otherwise. I think Dad misses Mom, even after all these years. Do you ever miss Otto? I would jump at the chance to leave Tassing if it didn't mean Dad would be left alone. I imagine Ötz felt the same. I'll go with the second one here. Every day. I see him in the little things Ötz does. The way he smiles, or how he laughs. I miss my husband, but I'm proud of Ötz. He's growing into a capable young man. I'm excited to see him grow into a husband and father. He'll make a wonderful partner. Whoever he marries will be a lucky woman. If he ever grows up, that is. He still acts like a boy half the time. I'm not gonna say that to his mom. Yeah, whoever he marries. It's about that time to start finding a match too. It's wonderful that God blessed Andres with a wife at last, but I'd rather not have Ötz be in his position. Better to marry early while he can raise a family. Anyway, I'm sure you have things to do. I'll let you get back to them. Always good to see you, Magda. You too, Eva. You don't have anything new to say, I would assume? No. Okay. That is okay. That is one of the things crossed off the list. I mean, of course, the story continues. Right, that's the book. It would make for a spectacular scene in the mural, but maybe just showing just showing how our ancestors once lived would be a good thing. Okay, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Who is next on the agenda? Let's go to Outer Tassing again. Gärtner Farm. Right, Il Peter. That's the... I think the best way to go about it would be to go over here. That's the Bauer Farm. Oh, who are you? Oh, it's Else. Magdalena, dear. Good day, Magdalena. Hi. How is your father? He's doing better, I think. We're lucky to have Dr. Stolz in Tassing. He's a hard worker. May God bless Klaus with a speedy recovery. May he be gracious. How are you two? I am delighted to enjoy another beautiful autumn day. I'm just glad to be sitting down for a moment. I'm so tired, wrung dry. Andreas and Ulrike can wear down even the most vigorous person. Not even young Ötz could keep up with these two. The blessing and the curse of small children. Mom! Ulrike, is she alright? Oh yes, she wanted to run off and hide so I could find her, after I've caught my breath for a moment. I don't think she appreciates me taking this long. You're not playing along, Andreas? Hiding like your sister? No. This young man won't lose sight of his mom. Say, Magdalena, could you perhaps go find Ulrike in my stead? Sure. Wonderful. She's somewhere in town, although I'm not sure where by now. She ran up the street towards the bakery. I imagine you can find her by the giggling. I'll be off then. Okay, the bakery was up there. I guess let's go to Central Town. Let's quickly find Ulrike. And then we go down to Il Peter. Ah, there she is. Giggling up a storm. Aha, there you are. Heh, you found me. Bet you can't find me again, Mag. Alright. Let's see. Oh. Oh, you're the young Steinauer. Okay. Let's go up to the Rathaus for now, North Town. Any giggling? There she is. Got you. Ah, you found me again. Wait here. I will find better spot. One more search, I suppose. You know, rule of threes and all that. Well, let's see. Let's go down here. Maybe over at Church and Druckers. I would assume she hasn't run off too far, so maybe not. Let's go to the town commons and see if she's hiding somewhere around here. Not here yet. Okay. Maybe at the mill? Let's see. She might have run off there. But it's hard to say, of course. No, not here. Have you gone down to the meadow, maybe? I think that might have been a bit far. That's not what I meant. Okay. Now, where has she hidden? Ah, there you are. You can't hide from me, little bean. You're too good, Mag. I will go find Mom now. Good. That's good to hear. Let's see, and then we go over to... well, first we talk to... Wait, that was the wrong way. That was the wrong way. It doesn't matter, I'll go around then. Then we'll talk to Il Peter. And then we'll see who else we can find. Who else we can drum up to tell us a bit more. Wait, isn't she here yet? God bless you, Magdalena. Okay, well, I suppose the quest is complete. That's fine. Let's go down to the Gärtner farm. There's a big Jorg. Ah, Magdalena. How are the hinges on your doors? Fine, I guess. Maybe Andres should take a look at them. I've met Andres, but I'll quickly get that crossed off. I would have asked your father, but, well... Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. Is that something the council is worried about? I didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges. Really, Jorg? If you want an excuse to snoop in people's homes, just invite yourself over for supper. Do I want to say that? No, I'll ask. Is that something the council is worried about? Well, Dad always taught me to keep the house in good repair, if we can afford it. And now Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. What do you think of the idea, Jorg? Or it does seem a bit nosy to me. Why not just let folks take care of themselves? What do you think of the idea? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. To do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. See you later, Jorg. There's Peter.